So on Easter, Robert Downey Jr. dropped some Easter eggs about Avengers Doomsday. Let's check this out, shall we?
Robert Downey Jr. just teased major characters and teams for Avengers Doomsday, and on top of that, we have a report about some crazy plot details for Avengers Doomsday that, of course, we have to break down. What is going on, Cosmic Crew? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Yesterday was Easter, and Robert Downey Jr. posted to Instagram a little Easter message for everybody. What's funny is he actually didn't say anything. He just posted this picture right here of Doom painting Easter eggs. Now, before anybody comes out and says, well, this doesn't mean anything, I definitely think that it does. And there.
So what we got here, we got Loki, Thor, Fantastic Four, that Ron Bling played the game Bars, X-Men, Captain America, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Avengers. Oh, I don't know who that is with the pitchfork. It's not Namor, is it? I don't know what that mesh is, that mesh on the egg. I'm thinking that might be something, I don't know. Oh! That's Spider-Man right there, ain't it? It's hidden right there.
Is one pretty big surprise in here. You might have spotted it already. You might have heard about it already. You might have heard the debate about it as far as which character it actually is. But of course, we're going to break this down. Now, most of the characters and teams in here, of course, we do know about, right? There's not many big surprises in here. At the top, we have Captain America's shield. That's obviously an easy one to spot. To the
expanded.
left of that, we have ants. So Ant-Man. Ant-Man is going to play a big role in this, pun intended. Then to the left of that, this is one that I guess some people are arguing about a little bit, but it's Doctor Strange. That's not what they're arguing about. What they're arguing about is whether he is in the movie or not. He did say at one point in time he is not in Avengers Doomsday.
Okay.
But then, like days later, the next time he was being interviewed, somebody asked him about that, and he corrected himself, and he said that he was in the film. And we've already heard a lot about Doctor Strange being in Avengers Doomsday already, so yeah, he's in it. And it sounds like, you know, he's going to switch sides and go and be with Doctor Doom. I don't think that's till the end of the film, or maybe halfway into the film, maybe when Doctor Doom finally shows his true colors and says that, oh, by the way, I'm the villain, which is critical to another scene that we're going to talk about in this video as well. But I don't think Strange switches over until then. Now, below that, we have Namor or Namor in the MCU. And then on top of that, we have Black Panther,
Namor.
and then the Avengers with the asterisk, right? So these three, we've actually kind of gotten a trailer for these three already, basically, because we've seen Shuri, we have seen the Fantastic Four, the Thing in Wakanda, and then we have seen Namor with them as well, and the whole Talican army, basically. On the surface, it seems like they are preparing for war. And I think I have an idea of what they actually are preparing.
I need help with the one at the bottom.
And I'll explain once we get done with these literal Easter eggs here. But the new Avengers with a Z, I grouped them together because I do believe there are going to be some new Avengers there. Now, this Avengers logo has an asterisk on it. And what that basically is doing is this is the new symbol, basically combining the Thunderbolts, which has the asterisk, and the new Avengers together. So this is literally the symbol for the Thunderbolts and Sam Wilson's Avengers team, right? That's the combination. The Avengers logo with the star asterisk on top. To the right of that, obviously, the X-Men. I think, for me, the best trailer was the X-Men trailer. Magneto, Professor Xavier, and that awesome Cyclops scene. So they're obviously returning. Not much to talk about here. Below, Shang-Chi. Super stoked. I mean, he's been announced, right?
Okay. I was wondering if that was Asian. I was like, I think that's...
Right, I love this. It's the
that's
Fantastic
Asian,
Four.
man.
He writes the red circle with the cross over it, or with the slash over it, because obviously he doesn't like the Fantastic Four. I think that's actually very telling. I'm glad we're actually seeing this, because it sounds like, based on what we have heard about plot details, Doom is going to be kind of good at first. And he goes to the Fantastic Four kind of for help. He realizes that the multiverse is being destroyed. Everything is about to collapse. So he goes to Reed and says, hey, this is what's happening. We got to fix it, right? I'm one of the smartest men alive. You're the smartest man alive. I doubt Doom would ever admit that, but that's what's going to happen there. More on that in just a bit. We're almost there. So above, obviously, Thor. And then to the right, Loki.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the bottom right, this one is very interesting. What I believe it to be is Tom Holland's Spider-Man symbol. It's very cut off, and that's done very intentionally here.
It just might be.
Tom Holland has not been confirmed for Avengers.
His new symbol.
Now, it's not like
not
Marvel
the right color,
has confirmed it, but basically most of the insiders have confirmed that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is indeed going to be in this film. Now, some people think that this is Tobey's symbol. However, although I do think he's going to be in the film, even if it's for just 5 minutes in the beginning, I do believe he's going to be in the film. I do think this is Tom Holland's symbol.
I think it might look more like it.
Look very closely at the legs.
Mm-hmm.
Tom
that's
Holland's
the part that's telling,
Spider-Man symbol and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man symbol are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
They're very similar. But if you take a look at the bottom legs, you can tell the difference.
Yep.
The very bottom legs for Tom, his bottom legs are shorter than the ones to the right of it. And that's what seems to be in this photo, right? So the leg closest to the spider body is shorter than the one to its right. The one on the outside
Tobey's doesn't look like
longer
that.
than the one on the inside, which is a sign that it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man because that's how his symbol looks. Tobey's bottom legs, the ones on the inside, go the longest. So this might seemingly be Robert Downey Jr. confirming that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to be
Mr. Stark?
We all thought it was kind of weird that he wasn't going to be in the movie.
I think we're all waiting for that line. Mr. Stark?
Plenty of theories as to why he won't be in the movie. With the easiest one, I say easiest because I think this is just what most people kind of believe, is that Spider-Man Brand New Day takes place at the same time as Avengers Doomsday. We've heard that Yelena Belova is going to be in it. We've heard Sam might be in it, Captain America, and maybe they're in it to go and try to recruit him for the events that are happening. But also we've talked about how Spider-Man is probably the biggest superhero of all time and most well-known. It would make sense to have him in Avengers Doomsday, especially if you're trying to make this your biggest movie ever. So would it surprise me if Tom Holland's Spider-Man is in the movie? And we did hear Sadie Sink signed a 5-picture deal. If she is Jean Grey, that makes sense. Now, we've heard she's going to be in Secret Wars, and so we thought that made sense at the time because, okay, well, Tom Holland's Spider-Man's not going to be in Avengers Doomsday, so him and Sadie Sink, or Jean Grey, return in Secret Wars together. But maybe they both appear in Doomsday. If she really did sign a 5-picture deal with shows possibly included as well, then she could appear in Avengers Doomsday with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Now, again, I do believe Tobey is showing up in the beginning, but now I do think Tom Holland will show up as well because I think it's kind of a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want Spider-Man in that? He might not get a ton of screen time, but that just means he probably will in Avengers Secret Wars. And we've even heard he's going to reunite with the other 2 Spider-Men in Avengers Secret Wars as well. So, let me know what you think. I definitely think that is the symbol for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, not Tobey Maguire's. They do look the same, but I think that is definitely Tom Holland. So let me know what you think about Robert Downey Jr.'s tease again.
What I think, mate.
This is very intentional. And these aren't 2 spider eggs. I've seen, a lot of people talk about that. The top left one is Ant-Man. Definitely Ant-Man.
Oh,
so,
yes,
going on to this new report that I find very interesting, and it does, again, have to do with Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom kind of pretending to be good. And in fact, I don't think he's going to be pretending that much in the beginning. Maybe in the beginning he actually does have good intentions, and then he realizes that he has the best solution to everything, but nobody really wants to do what the solution is, because it might be, might be hard for some people.
That could drive them off the deep end.
Seemingly blowing up planets, so we'll have to wait and see. But this report is
wait, who's blowing up planets?
The X-Men are seemingly blowing up planets, so we'll have to wait and see. But
yeah,
this
forgot about that.
Daniel RPK, who states Dr. Doom and Reed Richards will reportedly build special cannons on every Earth to stop the incursions in Avengers Doomsday. Now, right away, not the cannons that blow things up. That might be what people think automatically, like a pirate ship cannon or something like that, or a cannon on a spaceship.
Well, what is it?
That is used to attack other ships and people. Not although
Lord.
the X-Men might have some of those, because if you didn't hear, basically what we've been hearing for a while now is the X-Men have gone through multiple incursions and they have simply destroyed the other Earth that they were about to collide to survive. So I'm sure they've got all sorts of weapons, and I can't wait to see. I really hope we see that. I hope that's true, and I really hope we see that. But in this instance, I think these are more of thruster cannons, right? Like boosters that are going to be used to push the planets away. Now, this says every Earth, but I think that's going to be like 4 or 5 different Earths, because in the comics, as the multiverse is about to truly be destroyed, there's about 12 Earths left, 12 universes left. So think about that. There's infinite amount of universes, right? There's only 12 left in the entire multiverse. That's how it is in the comics, and that's how I think it's going to be here. So when we get to the end, the final moments,
it's quite dire.
Right before Doomsday, right? Because we've already been told Doomsday has it's double meaning, right? It's doom, of course, but it's also like a countdown to the actual doom of the multiverse.
Got a doomsday clock
so right before
ticking.
Doomsday happens and the multiverse gets destroyed, there's only going to be a handful of Earths left. So putting one on every Earth, that's more like putting them on like 4 or 5. I mean, we obviously know 616 universe, the X-Men universe, the Fantastic Four universe. Maybe there's 1 or 2 more thrown in there. We'll have to wait and see. So at least 3. And they're going to put cannons. So basically, when they're getting close to each other, you ignite the cannons and they try to push them away. Now, unfortunately, in this situation in the multiverse, I think they're going to realize that it's kind of inevitable that they're going to be destroyed and that these cannons...
That's definitely comic booky. Remember in Transformers, I think it was the last season, I think Galvatron built cannons on Cybertron. They built those thrusters to move. I don't know where they were going. I can't remember. Yeah, but okay. That's what's reminding me of.
Aren't going to work. I think Reed and Doom start to build these cannons, and Doom starts to find out more and says this isn't going to work. And he realizes that everything's going to be destroyed. And I think he's doing a lot of stuff in the background as well at the same time. And then ultimately he's going to say, look, it's my way or it's the destruction of everything. And there are going to be people like Reed Richards and, probably like Captain America, and I'm talking about Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, Captain America, but Sam Wilson as well probably are going to say, hey, we can't just save ourselves, right? Because that's probably what Doom is going to say. And Doom's probably going to say he wants to save his own universe and not the 616 universe, right? And that's going to lead to some conflict, which ultimately I think leads to Doom saying, fine, I'll do it myself, like Thanos, and he eventually goes to the TVA, goes to Loki, and ultimately at the end, I think he takes some strands of the universes that are kind of there at the end and puts them all together, and that's how we get Battleworld. But in the beginning, he is going to be working with the team. He's not going to be...
All right, I'm going to leave it right here because I wanted to hear the Easter eggs. That's the main thing I wanted to hear. And boy, am I happy because Mr. Downey likes to try to... You know what I mean? He gives us hints sometimes, so... yeah! Can't wait to see Tom swing on in Avengers Doomsday. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think. Make sure you get over and subscribe to The Cosmic Wonder because he be getting the scoops. 10 million subscribers.